Nikola Jokić has been injured for a little bit now, and the Nuggets are surviving, Vogt. They're 3-2 without him, just finished this 7-game road trip. We were preparing for the worst. There have been some bad moments, but I mean, 3-2 in 5 games without Jokić is 3-2 in 5 games. They've been okay. They've survived. In your opinion, what's the biggest reason why that's happened?
Yeah, well, first of all, you take 3-2 every time, really, all things considered, and you almost are looking back to that Cleveland game thinking they should have gotten 4.
That's a good point. They should be 4-1.
Probably should be 4-1. I think there are two first layers to this, and the first is, Jamal Murray has shown this season that he's a true second star alongside Jokić.
Yep.
He's actually shown that he's a star right now, even without Jokić. I think no matter what, as long as one of those two guys are out there, the Nuggets have a star on the floor. And when you have a star on the floor, you have a chance. The second layer to me, brother, is the ascension of Peyton Watson.
P-Watt, he's been kind of a revelation. 5 straight games of 20-plus points coming without Jokić. He's shooting the ball from 3. He's leveling up on offense. And he's doing this all without the best offensive player of all time.
Exactly.
The guy who gets him so many of those easy buckets. So I agree. P-Watt, he's been a huge reason why, and you can count on him at this moment. That has never been the case, and that's a big reason why his offensive game has taken a leap. In the past, he's had moments. Looking back to last season, he'd have games here or there. Maybe he's shooting the ball well one game. Maybe, he's just finding easy offense in another. 20 points in 5 straight games without Jokić is real. He's getting good shots. He just is so settled as an offensive player. The game has really slowed down for him. I agree it's a huge reason why. Another huge reason why is how Jamal Murray has been playing this season, but also how his game has changed with Jokić out of the lineup. Obviously, no Jokić, your mindset changes as a defense. Now you go, okay, who's the guy we have to stop? Who's number 1 on our scouting report? Now it's Jamal Murray. He's getting double teamed, triple teamed, trapped all over the court, getting full court press for most of the game in some of these matchups. But he's altered his mindset in a brilliant way because now he's become mini Jokić in a way. Right. He's become the facilitator. Sets a career high in assists against the 76ers. Comes back the next night against Boston, sets a new career high in assists. Since Nikola Jokić went out of the lineup, Jamal Murray is leading the NBA in assists at 11.5 a game.
That's crazy.
He has been taking what the defense gives him, finding open guys, setting others up, but also, still scoring in a similar way to, how he has this year where, he's looked like an all-star.
Right, and his efficiency's dipped a bit, but that's the spot he's in. Yep. He has to stay aggressive enough to keep defenses honest. But then he also has to read what they're giving him and trust his teammates, and he's done that. And behind that, Peyton Watson being a willing second option. There are a couple of other names, though, Harrison. 2 names in particular that I think are a huge factor in these last 5. Jalen Pickett and Zeke Nnaji, who have come in, and obviously the Philly game is the biggest example where they were without all their guys, and those 2 stepped up. Even in that Boston game as well, Zeke Nnaji was tremendous defensively. Tremendous.
This has been a wild development, man.
It's remarkable, brother.
We thought he was done. I mean, and look, you're really never done in the NBA, especially when you're on that type of contract, because you're going to be on a roster, and if the 2 starting centers in front of you go out, you're going to have to play. But nobody saw this coming. I mean, even from the little spot minutes he's gotten this season, it hasn't been good. But now he knows he's got a runway. Now he knows he's got the trust of the coaching staff, at least to a level where he's going to be out there for 20 minutes because they need him. And the results are there.
100%. He's been really good defensively. His 3-point shot's looking a little better. He had some stuff going at the rim down the stretch against Boston, which is like
the Dr. J reverse in Philly.
And
paying homage to Dr. J with that up and under was, I mean, I know Joel Embiid had no idea what just happened.
I mean, we didn't know. I didn't know he could do that. And then last night, dude, he had a dunk against Boston in the 4th. That was probably the most confident thing he's done in 5 years.
I know.
It was unbelievable. And then Jalen Pickett, man, is just... Look, the Nuggets have needed more ball handling off the bench or behind Jamal Murray. He's kind of emerging as a guy who you can put some responsibility on his shoulders. the way he emerged in that Philly game, a completely different player.
Yeah.
He just looked so different, so bouncy and saucy off the dribble. I didn't know Jalen Pickett could do that right now. And for those,
you didn't know he could go eye to eye with Joel Embiid and almost make a former MVP fall.
I think 3, maybe 4 times in that game.
A couple threes in his face.
Dragged him out on an island. And so that's like the Philly game, yes, but then both of those guys contributed to the Boston win as well. They're really stepping up.
It's amazing just what confidence can do for you.
Yes.
I mean, Jalen Pickett found confidence early in that game against the 76ers, and that's carried over for the last 3 days into the Boston game. Same with Zeke, Nnaji. They know they're going to play. They know David Adelman has trust in them. It's just pretty amazing what that can do for you. The other thing for me is just kind of the edge the Nuggets are playing with right now. And I've gone back to this a lot, but that Peyton Watson quote from the Raptors win, where he pretty much just said, nobody thinks we're any good without Jokic. People think we're a lottery team. People are just going to say this is one lucky win. And look, based on the history, that is what people would say, and they'd be right to say that. We've said that many times. The Nuggets are a terrible team without Nikola Jokic in the lineup. Guys know that. Guys know the narrative. Guys know people say that. And I love how he came out and said that publicly and pretty much just said, look, man, like, we hear the noise. We know we feel disrespected by that.
Right.
We're going to go out and prove we're NBA players and we can win games without the 3-time MVP. And that's what they've done. Peyton Watson has stepped up and been a leader in that regard. Jamal has stepped up. And I think that goes for guys like Pickett and Zeke, Nnaji too. They're part of this group that everybody has said, oh, these guys are trash. Like they're not rotation guys. They're wasted roster spots. Guys hear all that. So I just love that they're now getting the opportunity to shut us all up.
That's the mindset they need to have. Even if historically we've been right about that, they need to take the mindset of wanting to prove us wrong. And
sure.
You know, at the time that he said it, it's like, yeah, well, it's not looking so. But since he said it, he's backed it up. So that's the kind of mindset they need to have. We know Jamal Murray's kind of always felt that way. Like he's not that he's sick of Jokic praise, just that there are more of us on the team and we're all professionals and we're all capable and we have high expectations for ourselves. But Murray's meeting his own high expectations for himself right now, and so is Peyton Watson. So the confidence they're playing with, it's a beautiful sight. It's a welcome sight for Nuggets fans who have been mired in these disastrous non-Jokic minutes for years.
The final reason for me is David Adelman.
Yep.
He has done a phenomenal job this season. He should be in the running for Coach of the Year right now. The injuries the Nuggets have had, the lineups he's had to play, you combine that with the fact that he's a first-year head coach who's stepping into this job for the first time after just a little taste of it at the end of the last season.
Right.
How he has handled himself has been extremely impressive to me. And obviously, his whole season, his first season, will be judged by what happens when the Nuggets look fully healthy again, what happens in the playoffs. But as of right now, how he's kind of steadied the ship and how he's gotten these guys to play hard and be competitive and win games.
Yes.
Without Jokic in the lineup, that's not something that happened at this pace last year.
Right.
And they are deeper, but they had Jalen Pickett last year. They had Zeke Nnaji last year.
And they've had injuries this year.
Yeah, and they've had way more injuries this year. So I think it's also a testament to David Adelman and just his ability to motivate this group.
No doubt. I think there's clearly a certain freedom and confidence that the back end guys have right now. And maybe it's just that they got to play in this stretch. But whatever Adelman's doing or saying or not doing and saying is just enabling them to, I think, kind of grow and play confidently. So culture, I think like when Malone was here, we attributed positive culture to him. There's a strong culture in Denver right now. DA should get that same attribution and that same credit. So he's been really good. And if we're going to kind of wring our hands over every minor rotation tweak and every loss, you got to look at the shorthanded wins and give him credit as well. Really impressive stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a lot of reasons, for the Nuggets surviving this stretch without Nikola Jokic so far. It's still going to continue. He's still going to be out of the lineup for a little bit here. So we'll see what else develops. But, I mean, there's been a lot of reasons why the Nuggets have found some success initially. We'll see if it continues.